The 4 things you need to know to go from imposter syndrome to success syndrome. I'm going to start by giving you some great news. We are living through an amazing shift which will accelerate your progress. I call this the period of authentic vulnerability. And if you look around, you will see many examples. We can admit that we are our own worst enemy and choose to do something about it. First, I need you to take this short quiz to see if you have imposter syndrome. We need to stop saying and doing these things. So if you answer yes to these questions, we'll have something after. Who am I to think that I can do this? Why does my boss or spouse think I can do this? What happens when people find out I can't do this? Or maybe you say, I can out-hustle this. And the truth is, many workers with imposter syndrome are great workers because they work harder to overcome it. They can burn out from the stress though, so we want to keep you from doing that. We overcome our fear of failure by overworking and over-communicating. Are you self-sabotaging? If I don't take this chance, I can't get hurt. The truth is, educated risks always pay off over time. People with imposter syndrome stay in unsatisfying jobs. These are the jobs that eat your soul, and you're here only for a paycheck. If you're not asking for opportunities outside your position or role, those are always great ways to open yourself up for greater expansion and new people and new relationships. So if you're not asking for the promotion or raise, you're telling yourself, I don't have to fail at that new job. Maybe you're not celebrating your successes because you're not perfect. So if you answered yes to 2 or more of these, you have imposter syndrome. I would like to help. My name is Ronald Hunt, and I have certifications in life coaching and NLP. But more importantly, I have walked your path, and I'm here to walk the path with you. Much of my content is free or very fairly priced because my goal is to serve. If you are a corporate worker who feels the pangs of imposter syndrome now, you will feel it on your entrepreneurial journey. Let's fix that now and save you a whole lot of time and money. I came by my imposter syndrome naturally. You probably did too. We get taught the math equations, but not the life equations in school. My goal is to change that, but I need to help you first. My mom told me from an early age that I could not do things. I could not play football. I could not go skiing. I could not take a job that didn't suit her. I proved her wrong every time, but still to this day, when something goes wrong in my life, I have this nagging voice telling me to stay down. I've trained myself to get up and start walking literally and figuratively. So, the top 4, you are not alone. It can feel that way, can't it? Studies show that almost 70% of us have suffered from imposter syndrome at one time or another. Anecdotally and working in the field, it seems more common in women. That makes sense, correct? Little girls are told to defer and be quiet more often than boys. Unfortunately, society continues to tell boys they are good enough and girls to doubt themselves. A lot of this is formed by age 5 in our subconscious, and once we accept that, we can change that. I and others have referred to this as a confidence debt crisis, in which confidence is credited and rewarded to people that may not deserve it, but ask for it, while the perfectionists and the low self-esteem stay hidden away. There is almost always a mental physical connection. Whether we're in a group or I'm coaching individually, I always start with these questions. Many people pause the video and write their answers as we go. I'll tell you why after. What will you do to solve this problem? How did you keep things going when things got tough? What happened today that made you keep going? What else do you want to learn? Are you proud of the end result? Why or why not? What did you do today that made you try hard? What did you learn from this? How have you prepared yourself to learn today? What learning strategies did you use today? What mistake did you make today that taught you something? Congratulations and welcome back. You have now been exposed to the growth mindset in action. And because you have, nothing will ever be the same in your life. This is everyone's foundation to allow themselves the hope that comes with the possibility of change. I think we all should take a breath in our next step, which I call the body-head connection. Breathe in. Hold it. Release. If we can do these on counts of 4, amazing things happen immediately in our body and then our mind. Our blood pressure immediately reduces. We feel less stress and overwhelmed. By taking a minute, just a minute, to do this, you will be at least 10 minutes more productive next hour. Is that a great return on investment? I think so. Breathing is our gateway drug into self-care. While you are listening to me, I'm sure you can come up with additional positive ones. Walking, other forms of exercise, reading and writing for clarity and inspiration, perhaps meditation or yoga. You are not here yet. I get it. I've had my challenges by dealing with my imposter syndrome with binging food, alcohol, and Netflix. Any hands up? We'll work on that. I'm happy to show you how I got here from there. Later, we need to identify and use our resources. Here's the thing. We all know a lot of things on various subjects, but we do not know all the things on every subject. It contributes to our imposter syndrome. So we have to have a plan to always have more information available. Here are my top 3. Find a mentor. A mentor can just be someone with more or different information. It can be inside your business or not. Heaven knows there are 8 million of us on LinkedIn who are mostly looking to give back or at least offer some value before we ask you to buy anything. The information can be on YouTube or Google. I am constantly shocked by my younger friends who do not keep a Google list. And books. Go old school and visit a library. Open up a few and be inspired. Then pause, reflect, and implement. Are you able to visualize the positive outcome that can occur? If you can, take a mental picture of what crossing that finish line looks to you. If not, as mentioned earlier, we will find that picture and your life has already begun to change. Incorporating these 4 sections is a very good start. I would like to go deeper and share more if you have some time. If not, subscribe, save, and pause. Success syndrome is not the opposite of imposter syndrome. In most cases, it's just the flip side of the same coin. I have experienced amazing transformation in my life and want the same for you. With your permission, I would like to do a resilience exercise with you. Bounce back ability is key to everything we need to survive in life. I always ask clients, is this a speed bump or a pothole? We really need 2 different plans based on that. Both are going to require adjustment. One is going to require more resources. My goal is to give you those resources. We have all been knocked on our butts, figuratively, and in my case, literally. Perhaps you're used to staying down. What would change if you got back up and immediately adjusted your path slightly and continued to your goal? Everything would change. That is where you can be in 89 days. We change and form our habits through diligence and repetition. Different ones take longer and shorter, depending on how difficult they are and whether they are addictions, mentally, physically, or both. It's probably going to take a couple of weeks to get into going to the gym. Nobody really likes to go to the gym. Once you get there, it's not so bad. But let's say that your goal, visualize, is to get to the gym 3 times a week. What is it going to take? Well, we can put it on our calendars. That's always a good start. We can also have a gym bag packed and by the door so we take it with us so that we have those options. We can make a conscious effort when our day blows up and we can't go after work today to get up an hour earlier tomorrow and go to the gym before work. I call this making good. By making good, we can implement our habits quicker and we can feel less guilty about not seeing them through. They are truly essential to overcoming imposter syndrome. I would like to teach on the 4 Ps for a moment. This will be key to our success from imposter syndrome to success syndrome. Permanence. Will this feeling or error pass, or will it be on my tombstone? We made it a long way in this video, and that is my first joke. For most of us, there are few fatal errors if we are doing the best we can. Pervasiveness. Is this now an effed project? We've all been there. We've done almost everything right, and things still did not work out. It can be an external force, or it could just be bad timing. With the growth mindset, and by using our accountability templates, we can still harvest the great from these situations. My wife reminds me of all the great things I did to make a project happen, not only when there's a speed bump, but after there is success. This is extremely important for people to know. We need to acknowledge our successes because that's going to make us feel more successful. Now, personalization. We need to be honest with ourselves and not blame ourselves first and often. Things go wrong, and this is how I made it right, is always my mind shift. There is always a plan B or a plan C. If you get past plan C, you need to pause and reevaluate. Because when you get to the lesser plans, it's not to your original goal, and you need to reevaluate. And the 4th P, positive emotions. Many people call these affirmations, and they have gotten a bad reputation by people saying the words, but not putting in the effort. It's always belief plus action that gets projects done. We all played snakes and ladders when we were younger. Life can be thought of in this framework. We're going on our way and we land on a snake or speed bump and fall a level. By continuing to play, we can come upon that ladder or mentor and possibly rise higher than we would naturally be. When we remove the I from every challenge, it does not seem so tied to us and our fears. We need to be doing more of that. You've heard a lot today about my journey from imposter syndrome to success syndrome. If you are thinking of joining me, I'd like to offer up some social proof. Monique Messer-Baldwin says, Ron has many gifts that he deftly weaves together to pack a powerful punch. He's the entrepreneur leader's mirror to help you see what you're too close to see for yourself. Jeff Fagan wrote, everything begins with listening to the client. Ron always asks the question that needs to be answered about what the customers desire and what the pain point is. He is truly a gifted communicator and teacher. The best part about working with Ron is his sincere desire to help his clients receive and achieve amazing results. If you get the chance to work with Ron, grab it. If you like what you've seen, let me walk with you on your path. Follow me on Insta or join our membership group on Facebook. Remember this affirmation and take action. Imposter syndrome can affect anyone, no matter their social status, work background, skill level, or degree of expertise. Success syndrome can only help the people that embrace it. Let me help.